this is Joel here at the Chicago Music Exchange. I'm happy to be back doing some videos for you, and today I get to showcase brand new Tone King Falcon Grande, which, as the name suggests, is a larger version of the Falcon, which is a 12-watt amp with a 10-inch speaker. This guy is a 20-watt amp now with a 12-inch speaker. It still has that great three-way switch for the three different voicings. You have your rhythm voicing, which is kind of like your blackface, Princeton deluxe reverb type of thing. A little bit, to my ear, it's a little bit squishier when it breaks up, which I like actually. So that's kind of like your blackface reverb. You have your Tweed setting, which is like a Tweed. And then the lead setting, which is kind of like a little Velcro Supro thing going on in there. It's a little more mid-ranging, a lot gainier than the Tweed setting. So like the old Grande, or the old Falcon, it has those three settings, but the cool thing is now you can foot switch them with this awesome foot switch, and there's a reverb, and it's a killer sounding spring reverb. It's an old school, kind of like a Fender reverb tank, or like something you would have found on board, those weird little 60s combo amps. So it has the dwell and your reverb control. You can go anywhere from real subtle and lush to just over the top, surfy splashes of reverby goodness. And what was cool about the original Falcon, it was one of the great home studio, office, home recording, or just any studio recording amps because of the built-in Ironman attenuator. You can get really any level of grit from any of the three voicings at really any volume. So if you want to crank and get like a ZZ Top overdrive sound, in your office at home and not wake up the kids in the next room, you can just, put the attenuator down and crank the amp and it still sounds great. This still has the Ironman attenuator built in. I've kind of been in a single coil mood lately. I don't know why. I play a lot of humbuckers in these videos, but I figured I would use this incredible RB6. Fano came out with these last year. They changed the RB6, made it a Thinline guitar, so semi-hollow with a maple top, mahogany back, got the cool F-hole. And this one has two of the Lollar gold foil pickups, which, if you ever played the gold foil pickups, one of the great single coil pickups of all time. It's got like about as much output as a P90, but way sweeter, a lot nicer top end to my ear. When you have one of the secret, incredible, kind of fuzz lead sounds is like that Supro Velcro kind of overdriven amp with a tone bender in front of it. That's like the whole first Zeppelin record. Loves humbuckers too. I just didn't play one this time, but if you run a Les Paul through it, you don't have quite as much headroom. You can always switch into the low input and that'll buy you a little bit more. I think the amp sounds better in the high input, so that's what I'm using for this one. We've got the volume, around 3/4 of the way. I've got the tone kind of maxed out right now because this guitar is a little bit darker because of the semi-hollow nature of the beast, so I wanted to brighten things up a little bit, but still it's not overly bright, even with the tone maxed out. That's what's nice about the Falcon. They have volume and tone, two knobs, right? They're very responsive, so it's not like there's a sweet spot in the middle where you just leave it. I mean, you can get usable tones, turning it from, 6 o'clock all the way the other direction. Super versatile amp, an incredibly welcome addition to the Tone King line. It's very much unlike anything else they make. Even if you own a Falcon, you owe it to yourself to check this guy out because it is not the same thing. Very cool amplifier, and I hope you dig it.